Hi, everybody. So, for today, I want to ask the question, do thoughts become things? Now, before we get started, if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button down below and click the yellow bell to be notified of new uploads. Um, I'm reading Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's my first book um, on my list for doing the 75 hard challenge, which again, if you're interested in that, go ahead and, search that up and you can find out more information. But you are to read 10 pages of personal development each day. And I found this book hiding in my closet. I've read it years ago, first when I was probably about 13, and then probably about 10 or 12 years ago, I was getting big into personal development again. Um, I've been off and on since I was 13 years old with personal development. Anyways, so the first chapter in this book is titled Thoughts Are Things. So, my question to you is, do you believe that thoughts create things? Now, I do. I do believe that your thoughts do create your reality. I do believe your thoughts create um, your circumstances. And I know a lot of people are going to come at me, especially in the manifestation community, um, because a lot of them, and I agree with this as well, they believe that the state that you inhibit create the thoughts. However, I look at this as almost like the chicken and egg thing. Did the thought come first or did the state come first? And I know people will go round and round and round and they stick to their side, and that's fine. I like to keep an open mind. Um, I could be in a state of a successful woman and still feel and think negative things, right? However, in order to get to a state of successful woman, you have to think it, right? You have to think of that's what you want. So, I mean, it's an argument that could go on and on. Like I said, to me, it feels a lot like the chicken and egg debate. What came first? And it really doesn't matter. I do believe that you have to work with both. You have to work with the thought of where you want to be. And then once you establish that what you want, you then create the state. You find the state in order to produce what it is that you want. So, for instance, I want to be a successful author. So, I will get into the state of a New York Times best-selling author, right? And that helps me write when I'm ready to sit down and write my book, which I've done. Um, so, but I didn't just come from the state of, a best-selling author. I had to decide that I wanted to be a best-selling author first, right? And then I have to imagine, what does that look like, right? So that looks like a person who writes, that looks like a person who reads, that looks like a person who is confident, that looks like a person who, you know, is very comfortable in sharing. So that makes sense, right? However, when I started writing, I wasn't very confident. I wasn't very sharing. Um, I had to work on that. I had to work on my confidence. I had to work on my writing skills. And I would have a lot of negative thoughts, and a lot of people would be like, well, then you're not in the state. Maybe. I'm not disagreeing. But I had to work internally on my inner thoughts, my inner conversations with myself and with others about being a best selling author, right? I can't just be like, oh yeah, I really want to do that. However, you know, I don't have anything to say, or nobody wants to read my stuff, nobody wants to hear my story. Like, can you see how that will negate everything that you want? So you kind of have to go in and change your thinking, change, your self concept, your self worth. You There's work that you need to do. It doesn't have to be hard, and you can do it fast. I'm not saying that that's not possible. However, it's not always the case for everybody. So, in my theory, I do believe you have to notice where you're thinking. Notice what you're thinking. Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it indifferent? Where can you change your thinking in order to achieve what it is that you want? And what do I mean by that? So when you're sitting there saying, I don't know how to write, or I don't know what to write about, or nobody wants to hear what I have to say, you have to change it. You have to say, my story matters, or what I have to say matters. Somebody needs to hear this. Somebody needs to hear my story. So you you have to notice where thinking is. You have to notice what is keeping you from moving forward. Um, and then you change it, right? You have to. And because you can't move forward and get what you want or become who you want to be if you're constantly putting yourself down. So, number one, you have to notice your inner thoughts. You have to notice your inner thinking, your inner conversations with yourself, your inner conversations with other people as well. It's 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 something you have to practice. So, my question to you, do thoughts create things? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon.